Andrew White here with Focus Camera TV, and today we're going to be reviewing the Canon EOS 70D using the Canon 85mm L lens. The most unique feature of the Canon 70D is that it has smooth focus during video recording. No other DSLR camera has ever had that before, and it's very similar to a camcorder, the way that you can be shooting video and adjust your focus without having to stop filming. Right now the camera is selecting the focus point for me in the exact same way that a camcorder would. And it's doing a fairly good job. This is a really busy scene. It's a little bit more sensitive than it really needs to be, but it works. This lens is a little bit close, so we want to open up the frame. I just switched out the lens to make it easier to test the quality of the video. The fact that this camera doesn't have image stabilization doesn't really concern me too much. I've spent most of my life shooting with a camera without image stabilization, and my pictures have been coming out great for years. And the fact that this camera has such a large sensor means that you can open up and crop down a little bit if you have to. The transitions are really smooth enough. They're not too quick where it's distracting, but they're prompt. I'd say they're prompt. The nicest part about this camera is how fast it autofocus. It's like that every single time. You have to be, I mean, the autofocus point has to be pointing in the right direction, but man, does it get it. I know that there's three nice shooting modes, but I've just been working where you have to pick your AF point for so long that that's really the only way I can shoot. I'm sorry, guys. It's like, these are cool, and it's like if I wasn't like shooting street photography, they'd be really useful. Like if I was shooting a model and I just wanted to focus on the center of the frame, that'd be nice, but like I'm changing different types of compositions so fast that I need to be able to like specifically pick my focus point. And so the normal like 19-point focus that it has is really the best way to do that. Right now, I'm gonna give the ISO a little test. The digital noise isn't the best, but it's definitely pretty good. It's a really nice mid-range camera. It's much nicer than the Rebels, and it has some of the really nice bells and whistles like a professional quality camera, but it doesn't have that same price tag. For $1,200, I think it's a really great camera. The ergonomics are pretty standard. It feels like a standard Canon camera. This is the first Canon camera of the semi-pro level to have a fully flippable screen, which is a really nice feature. Lock this click wheel so you don't actually hit it while you're shooting. The microphone in slot. There's a mic jack, but there's no headphone jack. This right here is for a camera cord, and here you have your AV and HDMI out, which is important if you're going to be shooting video. It's the flash. Here we have the click wheel, which importantly has a locking button. This here is a new button. This is the autofocus select mode. That is really nice. The battery is the same as all other pro level cameras. It only has one SD card slot. At this point, most cameras, many higher end cameras have two, not three. So the fact that this only has one is not so nice. To me, this camera is just a start. I'm really excited to see what this kind of dual pixel technology can be used for at a pro level. This camera is an excellent semi-pro camera. It takes great photos. It has a really nice 20 megapixel sensor, which means that you can take some really large images. The autofocus is incredibly fast. I don't think I've ever used a camera that has as good of autofocus as this camera does. Feels good, it looks nice, and I think it's really an excellent camera for any serious amateur or anyone who's really starting to get into video. Thanks for watching this review of the new Canon EOS 70D. I'm Andrew White. Check out my website, and I'll see you next time on Focus Camera TV.